Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, a little bit of an update on the Kombi. So, as a lot of you have seen, and I really appreciate it, the Kombi has got a heap of views. Sorry, the Kombi time lapse has got a heap of views, and a heap of people have reached out, and I appreciate everybody. I have tried to reply to everybody, and yeah, I really appreciate everything you guys have said, and all the likes and everything else like that. So, this is a little update for you guys. I think a lot of people were wondering how the Kombi was, what are you up to? And there's a few things I wanted to address because people have asked heaps of questions about it. But today I am packed up and I'm about to take it on its first maiden. Does it? That doesn't really work, does it? It's like first maiden trip. So I'm going out of town, going off the beaten path, going a little bit of a four-wheel drive track down to a little creek, and yeah. I'll film a little bits and pieces what I can, but most of it's just going to be me explaining how this car looks at the end, and then at the end we'll have some videos and photos of the camping trip. So I have done a few little bits and pieces to the car. There's one piece I won't show you because there's a video series coming up on that, which is the engine. So I'll show you a little bit around it, but not too much. And then let's jump around in here. So everything that's in here, I think I've showed you most of the things, all the cabinets and everything else. There's a few bits and pieces you don't know about. One, safety, air cooled. You have to have a big fire extinguisher. It's not worth having one. It's not worth having an air cooled if you don't have one. And so that I put in a nice easy access. Perfect. Jump seat, I've got some cushioning on there. I haven't quite finished that, but I'll jump into that one in a second. I put in, this is the original table that came out of this van. It was a little bit burnt and stuff from the fire, or not burnt, but just like deteriorated and wet, so I'll show you that in a little bit too. But yeah, everything else is pretty much as it was. So all the front is all nice and clean. Everything is pretty much the same. I haven't fixed the moonroof yet. I haven't touched the pop top at the moment. I do have to run the canvas around. I have bought new canvas to build it, but I have other plans. So that might be another project you'll see. Up the front, everything's pretty good. I haven't changed anything. I have a short shifter to put in, but I haven't put that in yet. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. It's weathered pretty well. It's out of sight at the moment because of the Honda project, which is over there. But I won't show you too much because more has happened since the last video. And yeah, so just lots of little bits and pieces. Have it all packed up. So have all my cupboards in here with a split down the middle so you can get in there and you can put clothes and bits and pieces. Actually, let's just show you. I've got my bag in here at the moment. It's easier. But yeah, just a little cubby. Put all your stuff at the top and stuff down the bottom. You can have two people in here and each can have a level. And yeah, that's pretty good. It's all working pretty well. I do need to fix the little magnetic catch on that end. It plays up a little bit, and yeah, everything else is pretty good. So it's all stayed relatively clean. That window I've had to flip around because it was leaking, and so that end quarter panel is upside down. But for now it's going to work because I put these drain holes in here because I thought I could flip around the other way, but yeah, it's not enough and it was leaking on the inside, which is why that bench is in there, but I'll show you that in a second. Everything up here as it is, except for that little piece, so I'll show you that. Oh, actually, as we're running around, this front, people are like, oh, you've done all this amazing work, you've painted everything, but you haven't changed your bumper, you haven't painted your bumper. There's plans for that. I want to build a nice big Hurst bumper for it and put it on, protect myself from the kangaroos and other wildlife that might try and jump in the way, but that's for another day. So let's jump in here. So as I just said, that window leaked. Well, it was leaking. And so it was leaking down here, onto here, and ruined this panel, ruined the wood panel underneath the red. So I pulled it out during the week, I made a new one, and yeah, put it all back in, cover it back up with the original vinyl, and it looks pretty good. So I'll get firewood out of the way. So this little table, I'm missing a little bracket that holds that up there, but nice little table. It's perfect. Oh, that guy who drives up my street is an idiot. Tangent, sorry. Yeah, and so this is the original one that was out of the van. I kind of kept it because I was like, you know what? I really like it, and it does the right job. And I just thought if I could keep a piece of the original van, I would. So, other than that, we have the jump seat. So I've done a few bits and pieces under here. I put a diesel heater in. It's got a few bits and pieces in here at the moment because it's not running. And I like to keep spares with me. So spare accelerator cable, little toolbox, some overalls, tyre repair. But the diesel heater I have put in and I love it. It's absolutely amazing. If you guys are looking for a heater to chuck in a van, it's nice and simple, easy to run, barely uses any fuel and electricity, go for one. They're really good. I then also chucked in some a little fuse box up the back there. I have at the moment run the wire that runs out of the diesel heater up into here. I have run it separately because I need to put a little switch in it, because this little display, which is up here, this little display stays on at all times if you have that connected. And so I didn't really want it flattening my battery, so I just disconnected it for the moment, and I turn it on when I use it. But all I need to do is just put a little switch, say up the top here through that wire, and then it'll all be perfect. But at the moment I haven't had time, and it is what it is. I also have the little socket there, which runs the fridge. At the moment it's just charging my little lamp. So that's the bits for there. And yeah, I can't talk enough about those little diesel heaters. They are absolutely amazing, and nice clean heat, no smells, all that kind of stuff, which is one issue I had with the van. With the engine, I was using the original heater, which, if you don't know, the original heater uses the air that's blown over the engine because it's air cooled, goes over the top of the exhaust pipes through a metal pipe from the back of the car all the way to the front and heats the car up. Worked really well, but I think just with the car being a little bit rusty underneath, all those pipes, all the inside of those pipes were rusty. And so I think I ran the heater for about 8 months, and all it did was just blow rust particles, and it just didn't feel good getting out of the van because you just felt like you were like all clogged up inside. Horrible. So I've done it this way. I have used a little bit for the heater for the front. So down here we have the diesel heater. I have one piece that comes up and blows out of here, so when I'm in the back, keeps me nice and warm. But I have a T section down here, so heater comes into the T section and blows heat down through the floor into the metal pipe that runs all the way up the front, goes into those little foot vents there, up the front, and heats the front windscreen, which was my main issue. I wanted the heater to demist the front windscreen without any issues, and I could drive it in the winter time and not have, whoops, sorry, table's attacking me. Didn't want any issues man, stay up there. Jeepers. I wanted it to stay up there. Yes, sorry. I wanted it to demist so I could just use the car anytime, all year long, keep me warm. So that's what I've done. What else have I done? I think that's about it. Yeah, so the roof, it is what it is. You can stand up here, but I haven't done much else with it. But I have plans with this, but I'll show you about that later. And then, the engine, at the moment, there's a little exhaust on here, but that'll come at a later point when I show you what I do with the engine. And then, yeah, the rear tailgate I still haven't painted. I'm enjoying it. I'm driving it lots, and I just haven't bothered doing it. So, yeah, trip today, leaving in about probably 45 minutes. I'm gonna take some videos of going over some bits, take some photos, and I'll put it all up at the end. So, hey guys, we made it back. Sorry. Hey everybody, I'm back. I made it, one piece. It was pretty good. So I took some photos up, a few little videos that I took. I didn't take too much because I was just enjoying it, but I thought I better grab something for you guys because you guys have really supported me, and I really appreciate it all. So took off for the drive. Everything was pretty good. Got down really steep mountain. Probably shouldn't have gone down, and found this really nice area. Set up camp. A few other people there, which was pretty good. It's a little bit scary with no one else around, just with an old car like mine. But I knew the Kombi would handle it, so it was all good. And we parked up, had a nice night. We started a fire and slept in it. I then woke up to ice on the inside of the inside of the glass. I'll put a photo up now, and that was cold. It was I think it was like
I think the thing on the inside of the Kombi said -1, but it was, I think, like -4 or 5 outside, so it was pretty cold. Oh, we stayed pretty warm, so it was pretty good. And then turn the heater on, gas heater, amazing. If you're looking to get one, just do it. I bought a cheap one off the internet and haven't looked back. Amazing. Plenty of parts out there too, nice and easy to get, so don't worry about that. I already broke part and then I fixed it, so that's another story. And then, yeah, cleaned up, had some breakfast and chilled out for a little bit and then drove back. I got 3/4 of the way up the hill and I couldn't get out. I went up and down this ridiculously steep part that scared the shit out of me. I had to then reverse down the steep part. I then tried a few times to get up. The Kombi was just down a little bit on power. Maybe I probably took a bit too much of a bite. I probably shouldn't have gone such a big trip. Or sorry, not a big trip, but this trip. It was just a little bit too full drivey, and yeah. In the end, I tried to go up a few times and then a guy with his four-wheel drive came down. Actually, I had a few people. I really appreciate them. I didn't get their name. And yeah, they hooked up onto the front. I jumped underneath and put the tie onto the front suspension and then just pulled us up. It was not really much for him. And yeah, the rest of the trip was pretty good. It was down on power though, so I thought, okay, now I should be able to get up this hill, no worries, but yeah, going up the hill wasn't good, ran out of power, and then once I got on the highway, or back driving, and it just was a little bit flat, and so I haven't checked it out. It's something I'll do coming soon. I'll do it soon. I also have some other goodies that I have bought for this, but yeah, today I've got home, I've had enough, and so this is just me checking in, making sure you guys saw how we went. Then, yeah, drove all the way home. It was all pretty good. So, got a bit of dirt on her. Nothing too much. Oh, a little bit of grease is coming off here. I'm gonna have to take this cover off and clean under it because it leaks a little bit of muck, as you might be able to see on the camera. But yeah, all looking pretty good. And everything else in here worked well. Oh, I also didn't tell you, but in there, I have a little fridge. So I bought this one. This is an Oz Trail one, and it sits in here perfectly. Nice little armrest, 2 little cup holders, and you can dial up the front, and then you can also put USB on the left-hand side there. Works really well. I would recommend anybody who is got a Kombi and wants like that center console armrest drinks area to get one. I think I got mine on like ridiculous special for like 250 bucks, but I think they're about $500 Australian. And so yeah, they work awesome. I really enjoyed it. I've just plugged it into my little battery that I've got in there. And perfect. Kept everything nice and cold, even though if I'd turned it off at night, it would have been colder in the side of the Kombi than inside the fridge, so that didn't matter, but it was a really good trip. So I'll chuck some more photos and bits and pieces up here at the end, and yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.